Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of The Life of a Makeup Artist. Today we have Pattie Le Pugh. Pattie is a beauty and special effects makeup artist hailing from Philly. She has worked with artists like Kalani, Justine Skye, and Nicole Buss. While working on set and music videos, Pattie is no stranger of stretching herself creatively. With all that's happening and the Met Gala being called off, there was a Met Gala challenge on Instagram, and Pattie pretty much broke the internet when she created the stunning structural Giles dress that Solange wore in 2015. It has been covered in Vogue. She did a live with June Ambrose. I've seen it on MSN. I've seen it in every article, every publication you could think of. Pattie got coverage for this dress. And I really wanted to just have a conversation with her about, how she created it and ways that we can stay creative in quarantine. See, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Of course. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, okay, that's so Pattie, because you've been doing all the creative stuff in quarantine. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do with my life? But I just wanted to just share with us how you came up with this magical dress. And for those who are listening, the dress is going to be posted. It's posted right now on our feed on Instagram, so you can find us at The Life of a Makeup Artist if you want to see it. But Pattie, please give us all the tea.
Yeah, so it's crazy because before before the Met Gala challenge started, I was already doing dresses out of newspapers. So that's kind of like where I started with it. And it was so much fun. So then when I seen the Met Gala challenge, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do it. And I'm like, what can I do that's kind of like the newspaper dress, but a little bit more advanced? And I just wanted it to look really mesmerizing. So I used paint and pour painting because that's what I've been doing. Like the whole quarantine is really just using all of my art skills that I've learned in the past and then just trying to keep myself occupied with it.
So the dress was pretty much made of newspaper and paint.
So it was made out of photography paper because it's like a little bit sturdier paper so that the paint will seep through. And then the rest was paint. And then I just folded it and made pleats in it to make like the style of the dress and then trimmed it down to the circle
Mhm.
shape.
That is so crazy. I love it. So you've been keeping quite busy in quarantine. What else have you been creating? You've done the Met Gala dress, the newspaper dress. What else have you been creating?
I've been doing a lot of pour paintings, which is similar to like what's on the dress. It's like when you pour a bunch of paint into one cup and then you pour it all out onto like a canvas or whatever you have, and then it will be like a beautiful marble effect.
Oh, wow. I love that. Okay, so tell us more about your journey into makeup.
Wow, that's a long journey. I'm still growing as a makeup artist. The first thing that I did was move to New York and I went to a school called Makeup Designery. So I pretty much went there and took like a whole multimedia course from like beauty all the way up until special effects. There was even like a business and a hairstyling course in there. And that really just taught me the beginning of like what I needed to know with makeup because it was just like so much information to learn. I didn't really know where to start. And that school was like such an eye opener for me. And it really helps me just tap into my creative side because like while I do a lot of beauty and editorial stuff, I love like the special effects and like creative type stuff. Like that's more of my alley. So that school is definitely helpful to just bring it out of you. And now I'm just like doing small celebrity work and just like trying to inch my way up the ladder. Yeah.
No, but you've been doing amazing. And it's honestly refreshing to hear that you went to a makeup school and you really loved it because most of the makeup artists that I know haven't really gone to any type of school. So did they really train you a lot on your special effects, or was it that you just got the opportunity to try different things while you were in school?
They did like they have different courses. So they have ones that, if you're more into fashion and that's all you want to do, you could take just like the beauty, like 101 to 301 classes. But I personally was interested in special effects. So like I really went hard at learning that. And I took the full course for that, which was very intensive. And even then, I still need to take one more class. I'm hoping to take that in LA instead. But yeah, it's definitely a good experience to go to a makeup school. You learn, I don't know, because you're learning from artists who already went in the industry. And even though you make friends in the industry, it's good to have like the teachers because they're just plugging you into jobs and helping you and troubleshooting for you. So it's a great experience.
I love that. So we've gotten the chance to work together on a shoot with model Madison Ryan, which has been one of my favorite photos in my book by photographer JD Barnes. Tell us your opinion on the importance of collaboration. You know, a lot of makeup artists is like they don't really work on set together, or if it's mostly like a assistant and artist type thing, but we were able to collaborate. Tell me more about what your thoughts are on that.
I just think it's important to collaborate because it's like you can meet when you meet other artists, um, I don't know, it's just everybody has a different perspective on things, as an artist, and it's good to have other people's perspective because it might open your mind to new ideas and just new techniques and, whatever it is that you weren't using before. Also, it just builds like an artist relationship. Like, I love that we worked on that shoot. That's one of my favorite shoots too. Um, it just builds a relationship with the artist. So, there may be times where you can't do something, you might call me for a job, or if I couldn't do something, I might plug you in for a job. Or just like how I said, learning new techniques or whatever, like it's definitely helpful to do those collaborations, like, and not be like too prideful of being like number one makeup artist. It's like no such thing. It's like everybody is pretty much equal and we're all just learning from each other.
Right, because that ball cap, I was like, "Show me, sis." Listen, it was like 2 a.m. and we were sticking flowers on a ball cap. It was crazy. So you've done, like I just mentioned, you've done everything from ball caps to full-blown wings. Like wings, guys, feather wings. What advice would you give to those looking to be creative at home without like spending too much or maybe any money at all?
I would just say utilize your art stores or utilize materials that you have at home. Um, because it is possible to do stuff, especially like being on quarantine. I'm realizing most of the stuff that I probably was a little bit lazy with, I could do it at home or I could do it myself or I could push myself to, be more creative by using what I already have to work with and then just build on that. It's so important to just, stick with your main ideas and try to do your best with the materials you were given because literally the newspaper dress started out as nothing and I was just sketching something and I'm like, what can I use to make this kind of cool? And here we are. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this dress was like a full-blown corset, and I feel like I want to wear this dress.
Yes, I made it with the photography paper too. So it was like photography paper with the corset, and then I glued the newspaper to that paper, to the photography paper, so it could be a little bit more sturdy. And the bottom was like all tied onto my legs. So it looks good in pictures, but it was definitely not wearable in person, at least for that shoot. But yeah, it was worth it. It was a good picture.
Love that. No, you've been killing it. So, how else have you been coping during this time? Like, you've been creative, you've been, doing all these things, but what else have you been doing to cope during this time?
I pretty much just been doing like things that I feel like I can't do because I got too much time. I mean, not enough time to do it. And I'm like, oh, I can't sit down and make a photo book today because I got to go to New York. Or like I'm normally commuting back and forth from Philly to New York, which is a lot, but I do it. So I don't really have time to just sit down and paint and draw or sketch. So like right now, I'm just like into like my skincare, learning new things, learning new recipes. So like my new thing is like going to restaurants and getting a menu and then just looking at their menu and then buying all the groceries and making it myself. Like that's my new favorite hobby right now, and I love it because I love to cook. So yeah.
That's a good idea. And that'll probably save you a lot of money in the future, too.
Yes, and you find all these tasty meals that you like. Like it's amazing. I love it.
What about like any good TV shows? Like, what's the best one you've watched since being in quarantine?
Honestly, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a show called Money Heist that is so good. I mean, like, some people have mixed.
Everybody's talking about that.
Yes, it's so good, and it's, like, it's crazy because I started it before quarantine, like, last year I started, like, the 1st season, and it was good, but the guy I was with was, like, not trying to watch it, so I kinda forgot about it, and when I came back and finished it, oh my god, it was such an amazing show. So very strategic the way that I don't know, it's just you have to watch it to know, like, you have to watch it. It's a good show.
I've watched Orthodox on Netflix, which has really been good. But like because I just sometimes want something that's super like no pressure. Like I can just play it. I've been watching 90 Day Fiance and I have like no shame. It's so funny. Um, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time and talent and sharing with us today. I want you to stay safe and healthy. And if you guys have any questions for Patty, what are the best ways to stay in touch with you? Maybe, people are looking to stretch their creativity and might, have a question, how can they connect with you?
Yes, they can connect with me on Instagram. I'm on there constantly. I have a website. It's pattylepughmakeup.com. I have like a little contact form, so you can always like hit me up and email me or whatever. But I'm very active on Instagram. I answer my DMs. I look through those little requests, even though sometimes I don't notice them until days later. But yeah, I am active on Instagram and my comments and even Twitter. So you can communicate with me any way that you feel comfortable. But thank you so much for having me today. I'm so happy we got to talk.
I'm so happy that you were able to do this. And what is your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is at Patty, Pattie, LePugh, which is Lepugh.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.